Hey, I am back doing an energy reading for masculine and feminine. It's really just a collective reading, but I feel like it may resonate with those who identify as a divine masculine or feminine, or dominant masculine or feminine. My readings aren't gender nor sexuality specific. I read the energies of masculine and feminine. So. But I just feel like this may resonate with those who identify as divine masculine and feminine, or who identify as dominant masculine, regardless of the gender, and so on for the feminine reading when we get into that. Messages that the collective needs to know or be aware of in this moment. So, I don't know, I just got an energy that this is for those who resonate with this. There'll be some resonating with this because they didn't appreciate their blessing, or not even appreciate it. Once they got it, they didn't want it. They ain't do right by it. And then for some, they haven't gotten it yet, but they're like, wait a minute, now that I'm thinking about it, I had asked for this. Can we change that? Because I don't think this is what I asked for is what I really need. Because at the time I asked for it, I wasn't 10 toes down with myself, you know? So it's just like, you may have still been in the energy of releasing and healing some shit. So when you ask for that, like, technically you was sick. So it's like, you don't need that no more. You know, and then you got some who got what they asked for and just did it dirty. But anyway, 2 cards coming out for masculine energies. We have 2 flies. Not fly as in fly, but we have firefly and butterfly. We got air. I mean, butterfly is transformation, but let's get into it. What is this for the masculines? It's like somebody feeling shameful, I'm hearing, because they're different. But behind that is they're scared. That's interesting with this being a butterfly. So they feel ashamed, but then behind that they're scared. But this is to be authentically who they are. Hold on. This came out before, I think, in a way. I think this was during Aries season for the masculines. Somebody was like afraid to be who they really was authentically. But this is like I said, it's shame, but then this is scared, and then we have firefly. And then the other part of them want to let it go, want to let it flow, want to be the star that you are. You're a star, that's what you are. Some people want to heal. Look what I'm getting with that star energy, this firefly. They also want to heal, but they also want to level up. This is like ascension. And I mean, these is coming out, so you would think that they're there, but I just feel like they may not be there. Let's see what these clarifiers are, because then we're going to use the Lenormand to clarify to get what's really going on right now in the 3D. But they may not be there. This just may be in them. But I definitely think the shame and the being scared is there. And that is to transform with this butterfly. They scared to do it. They scared to heal. They scared to die. And when I say die, I don't mean unalive. I mean an old way of being. They're scared to put that to death. And the old way of being is how they move. They scared to put it to death. You know, so they're scared to transform. That's why I'm getting this shame. And they're scared. They scared people gonna look at them different. And they are, but my thing is, once you start transforming, some people you don't even want to look at. So they ain't even around to look at you. Like, the vibration is so different that y'all not gonna ever encounter each other. You know, and some of them could literally be stalking you, but that don't mean shit. Once you level up vibrationally, they can know where you at all day long, but they never encounter, you know. But that's once you get into this star energy and you decide, like, okay, let me step into my full power, to my full purpose. Somebody repeating cycles, child. Let's see what's behind this. Clarify this in 3D. I'm not behind what's in the middle of this. Clarify this in 3D. This is giving heavy fire sign, though. You know, we got air out here. Clarifying the butterfly, we got communication, email, text, documents. But it's in reverse. So somebody didn't want no contact and pull back their energy completely. I mean, because this is contact. This communication, email, text, documents, 4-page letter, child. This is 25, 26, 27, 27, 7 and 2, 9. It's completion. It's over with. It's expired. And it's not necessarily the transformation that's in them that's unactivated. I think this is possibly help. I mean, because you're communicating with somebody, it's communication to another party. Because I feel like your team ain't gonna give up on you. You know, your spirit guides, your ancestors, however you do you. I feel like you've been doing the work. They're not gonna give up on you, especially if it's your purpose. But this correspondence could have been assistance, could have been camaraderie, could have been resources. And then for some, they stopped getting the message about this transformation. You know, they stopped getting like the messages to transform, to do a rebirth with the butterfly. They stopped getting the messages because they weren't listening. They weren't listening to their higher self with this air energy. They weren't listening to their higher self. Clarify this firefly. So with them not listening to their higher self, the communication stopped. That's why we got letter in reverse. Normally I don't read these cards in reverse, but today is the day. It's a new day, bitch. We have stork, clarifying firefly. What is this? Flexibility, change, relocation, journey. Like I said, this is the star. This is healing. Flexibility, change, relocation, journey. 10, 15, 16, 17. We got 8. So we going from an 8 to a 9. With this 10, 15, 17. 1 and 7 equates to an 8. And we have 25, 26, 27. 7 and 2 equate to a 9. So we got 8 and 9. It's giving ascension. So on the other half of this, even though we reading dominant masculine energy right here, I feel like that's the energy the masculine is in. Shame and scared, and the resources ain't there. Like I said, your team gonna be with you, but there was a resource here with this contact. It could have been help from a dominant feminine, because the deck I got to read for the dominant feminine, it's a deck, it's an oracle deck. Like, this is an oracle deck, but it's a little different. Like, this dominant feminine, she been on her shit. They been on their shit, whether it be a she, or, you know, like, or it's a masculine or a man's feminine energy. Like, intuitively, they in tune with themselves. So the other half of that for the dominant feminines, or those are imbalanced and they don't lead in their dominant, you know, as well as it's for the cisgender women. This is also a feminine energy that has moved on, you know, with this relocation, journey, change, flexibility, a lot of growth, a lot of change, a lot of evolution. 1111 on the timer, and 111. So it's just given like they can't be reached by this dominant masculine. That's why the communication is in reverse. They can't be reached anymore. And this could be the other half of somebody, no matter how you identify. This could just be your feminine energy. But I just feel like there is a connection here. You know, they're separate, feminine and masculine, but there's also a connection with the feminine and masculine that I'm channeling, I feel like. Because why else would it come out? But anyway, yeah, they've moved on from a masculine that's scared to evolve. They're not even getting the messages no more. And part of that is because this feminine has stopped putting the messages out there. I just feel like with this 8 and 9, with this being a 9 completion, just feel like there is a feminine energy that's going to withdraw anyway. And it's a part of something that they manifested. You know, so they may not have it yet. But they're like, no, I don't want it. I want something different. Like, okay. You know, and they could already be impatient, but it's like, my order taking this long, I at least want it to be right. Because what I asked for ain't looking like what I want now. With all this relocating, evolving, healing, change, and journey into self, going within, all that I dealt with. No, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want that no more. I want something else. And I just feel like it's being honored. You know, it's being honored. And there's masculines here that still, they still think this is around, but it's not. You know, but I feel like they're knowing it now. Like, it could be just today they found out, like, man, they don't even fuck with me the way they used to. Like, you know, they may still shop at your store, but it's just like the energy behind them shopping. They used to ball out. Now they just like, no, I'm cool. I'm gonna just take this one thing. You know, like, they show you love, but it definitely ain't, they ain't pouring into you no more. What's in between this? What's in between this woman and masculine? Masculine energy. We have fire ant. Yeah, somebody on burnout though with this masculine. Somebody got a lot of fire started, hit the ground running, started real strong, and now it's on burnout. Yeah, we have fire ant. That's earth energy. And this is what's needed. This is in the middle of it. Because I feel like with all this air, with this firefly and this butterfly, like I said, it was given Aries or fire signs. But this could be anybody, because your chart is your chart. There's a lot of shit in all our charts. But creatively, energetically, somebody burnt out. Root chakra, solar plexus. There's a lot of ego shit going on. What is this for? Somebody in a lot of pain. In a lot of pain. And they tired. They really need to get grounded. They burning the midnight oil. The sting of it. All they know is hurt. They don't know. They don't know love. They just know how to, for some, protect and provide. And they don't know how to love, receive love, slow down, show grace to themselves, appreciate themselves and others. They don't know how to do that. Like this. Hold on, let me see what this fire ant, because I just feel like this is a masculine that really needs somebody to teach them how to love and be loved, how to love themselves, assist them with that journey. But I just feel like the communication is cut off. We have clouds here. This is confusion, lack of clarity. Like I said, they on burnout. Going and going and going. They definitely need to be grounded. Do some grounding. Get grounded. This is a fire sign. This is a king of wands. Somebody attractive, charming, passionate. They don't know what to do. They don't know what their next move is. You know, in terms of business. How they get money. I mean, because with all this out here, we got fire out here twice. Fire ant, fire fly, and sting that burn. Some people be needing a fire to transmute. They need the hurt, the pain. Somebody's in pain and they tired though. But this pain they ask for, this pain a little different. Could be because they're in a different lane. Around different people. Fucking with different energies. What else is this fire ant? Rider. And this is message, again, communication. Incoming message and/or news is in reverse. Somebody in pain, lack of clarity, confusion. Somebody tired. That love is gone, though. It's just giving the love is gone. That 9 of Cups here. The love is gone. What's at the root of this? Child. The root of it. We have birds, gossip, movement. I had a dream about this. Gossip, movement, restlessness. I had a dream about this. Like, I had a dream about this. Like, somebody was in the dream and they was married to somebody. Is what they asked for, but somebody had told them that they was a 304. So since they told them they was a 304, even though they married to him and had a kid in the dream, they weren't fucking with him, mistreating him, one sleeping with him, really, really like hurting this person's feelings. It was like a masculine doing it to a feminine, like really, really hurting her feelings. She was hurt, and it don't gotta be a man or a woman. Take it how it resonate, but she was hurt, and I think she texted him one day, was like, what you doing today? Because she wanted to get out and do for her, because they was doing them. But, you know, they got the kid, and they sent them a whole itinerary of what they doing. Like, basically, you ain't going nowhere. Just watch that kid. So, you know, our kid. But I don't recall this person paying attention to the child either. But, it was really jacked up, and they ended up fighting because this person was controlling. And so first, like the woman, she didn't want to hold on, let me switch what I'm listening to. Anyway, so they end up fighting, but the woman in the dream, she didn't really want to harm them, so she had picked up a weapon, then put it down. But then it was like somebody else outside of where they were, or in the vicinity of where they were, and they was like an innocent, not their child, but still another child. And that child was supposed to go get help, and they tried to grab the child. So that's when the woman was like, "Nah, you can't do this. Not to no baby. Like, you know, you ain't finna do this to nobody else." So they was fighting. It went the way it went. But yeah, somebody kind of could want to come back in. So the root of this is gossip, bullshit. What's behind the scenes? How does these people really feel? This masculine, this feminine energy. But it was like really hurtful in the dream because the woman felt real dejected. Like, man, that's how you feel? You supposed to love me? Like, me a wife. Like, I didn't bear your child. Like, that's how you do me? Because what somebody said, and wouldn't even let him talk. Wouldn't even be like, nah, you know how you talk, like, nah, they said this. And then, they didn't even give him a chance to speak their piece. Yeah, they didn't even give him a chance to speak their piece. So they just believed the birds, the gossip. Then it ended them. We have mice here. This is what the masculine is really feeling. Concern, theft, small, continuous loss, defeat. Yeah. They chose the birds, the 304s, whatever they were saying, doing, whatever. And now they losing pieces of themselves. I ain't gonna say pieces no more. It could have been crumbs, and now it's sheets of themselves. They losing layers. It started off small, like this. Now they losing like sheets, like sheetrock. Like, it's thick. You know, the moon at the bottom of the deck. There's some shit in it. Yeah, but the fact that the feminine is just like not on that no more. Because like I said, it was a lot of ego around this. A lot of ego around this with this firefly. You know, they was probably as long as I got my guys, as long as I got my girls, sent them straight the fuck off. But anyway, the feminine on the side of this with this masculine. And this is home, lineage, roots, growth. Growth is giving leveling up. This 5 is change. And then we have 23 here, another 5, change and change. Somebody over here is still completing it, is still going through the same cycles. This one over here with this feminine is laying down roots. But them, the masculine, is going through these cycles, child. Close this out. What's going to happen? This masculine energy that's resonating with this by the end of April. What's going to happen by May 1st? What's going to happen? In the 3D, tell us what we need to know. Thank you. What is going to happen is we have owl. Got some more air. Some more air. This is given that this masculine is going to finally see the feminine, despite all of this. It's given see their virtue. They're going to finally see the feminine despite all of this. But it's going to be too late. Don't make me wait. Come into my house. Give me body. Anyway, it's air energy again. Luck. Clarifying this. And then we have unlock hidden info, wish fulfill, reveal, yes, but it's in the reverse. So even if this is something they were manifesting an encounter with this feminine, not gonna happen. 33 equating to a 6 balance would have brought in, but it was in the reverse. This is in the upright. Lucky opportunity, good fortune. Or maybe you will encounter them, but like you gonna get half of what you want, like, you know, and it ain't even gonna be a complete half, maybe like one thing, not like, cause I don't know everything you want, but you may get one thing with this lucky opportunity, and then this here, the golden goose, the golden egg, you're not getting that. And it's given because it's expired. I mean, because you all in this fire energy, but it's just like you burnt out. Masculines, you are burnt out, and you still over here playing in arenas that show no love. And I mean, we got fire sign energy here, but we got air energy, a lot of air, and we have earth energy here. And this is not earth. What am I talking about? This is fire. Yeah, so, but the ego has taken over, and it's just like, I hate that bitch. Ooh, man, ain't that broken, ain't I rich? It's just not cool. Alright, we about to do the feminine one. But, yeah. So you change some shit and get out of these cycles, this burning the midnight oil in your ego like a motherfucker, then in your head the next minute. Scared, ashamed to be your authentic self and transform, ego, listening to other people. Now you see them, you know, scared to heal, but if you do heal, you know it's going to be busting. Like, I don't really got time for it, Jay. Messages for feminine energies. What do they need to know currently? Feminine dominant energies. 28, I saw on the timer. Feminine dominant energies. What do they need to know right now? I don't even know, like I said in the other reading, like I feel like feminines, y'all just cutting off those who repeating the same cycle, and it could have been something or somebody you wanted and manifested, and you didn't put another order into the universe of it, like, no, I don't want that one, let me alter that one a little bit, not too much, just not that person, fine, with all that drama, you know, not a 304, not in love with 304s. We have identity here. What is this for feminines? I'm just hearing, who are you? Do you know? Snail. This is giving take your time. It's coming together with this snail here. But with this identity, I'm just hearing, who are you? Do you know? Hey, black child. Do you know who you are? Who you really are? Senses, hunger, sex. That's not what I'm looking for. It's just take your time. Taking your time, the sacred fragility. I'm getting virtuous too. What's in the middle of this? Alright. We have wall. And this is giving everybody can get in, everybody cannot go. Just be me and fuck me. Everybody cannot go. Dropping off some more people. Protection, obstacles, boundaries. This is the guidebook. Excuse me. Protection, obstacles, boundaries. This is a give and take your time. You gonna get it anyway. It's already yours. It's yours. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. Whose world is this? Sacred fragility. I'm also getting virtue with this. Tender, vulnerable. But it's like, do you know who you are? I feel like you do. Well, I know who I am. Oops. Sorry, I'm listening to music. Identity. Book. Book. Hidden information, secrecy, unknown. And the Pentacles. I'm just getting here. Some people don't think that you know who you are. There are some things that you don't just put out there. Hidden information, secrecy, unknown, identity here. There's some things that you don't just put out there, but people can see it, or at least they think they see it. So since you don't say nothing about it, or you don't put it out there, you don't respond in the way they feel you respond, they feel like you don't know. Like they may feel like you don't know that you're an alchemist. You don't know every time you say something it happened. You're not even aware of that. But it's just given what's understood don't need to be explained. Anchor here. Permanent, reliable, stable, binding. I'm also getting you a solid individual too, feminine. 35, 8, abundance. But I feel like you're going to get even more stable. Your money, your energy, your aura, what it is you want for yourself in the 3D. You're going to become more stable, permanent, reliable, binding. Because we have 8 and 8. We got a 35 equating to an 8. And we have a 25, 26. There's another 8. 888. And then, this is a thought card. Yeah, they don't think you know this about yourself with this 10 of Pentacles here, but you do. You know, you just don't be discussing it. Everybody ain't gonna understand your identity, all of who you are. You know, 444 on the timer, because some people be just feeling like, oh, she do hair. She a hairstylist. Folks are layered for those of us who are. You know, some may say a jack of all trades, but if you look at that whole term, that's not very fitting. You know, because some of us are, the whole term is a jack of all trades, a master at none. But, or is it a master at many? I can't remember. But, either way, a lot of us out here wearing many hats. And just because you know that this person is a hairdresser or a hairstylist, that doesn't mean that's all they are. But just because they're not talking about it doesn't mean that they're not aware of who they are. And your perception of what a hairstylist, a ball player, whatever it is you seeing in them that you don't think they see in themselves, feminine. Because I feel like this is somebody looking at you, or you could be looking at somebody like this, like they see it, they just not talking about it. Like, what's understood don't need to be explained. We have stars here. This is spirituality, inspired expansion. This is 15, 16, 7. This is a divine number. Like this person, you divine feminine, or this person, very much know who they are. It's just given, it took a lot for them to know who they are. So they not about to be bothered with losing it again. And this is like the masculine reading we just did. It's just giving it was a feminine involved with them that didn't turn their back because they like, I don't want this no more. Like, I know this is what I manifested, but hold on, wait. This ain't looking like, and at the time I asked for that, I was a little sick, so I really didn't know and didn't see it the way it needed to be seen. But now I'm seeing it, because it took them a lot to figure out who they are in every layer, you know, in every fiber of their being. And I just feel like it's something that divine feminine that you asked for that you don't want anymore. You want to, like, let me can I substitute? So if it's a person, if it's a type of business, you still want that person, you still want that business, but maybe you don't want a bowling alley no more. Maybe you want a grocery store, or maybe you don't want a dude or the girl that do this type of work, but maybe you want them, you know. Maybe you don't even want this person at all. You open to receive, but you don't want that person no more, because you might have asked for somebody specifically, and you might have asked for a business specifically, but it's like, nah, I don't want a Victoria's Secrets anymore. I want a Zara. Like, I mean, take it how it resonates, but with this identity of these feminines collective, like, this blood, sweat, and tears, you've been through it all, like, everything, like, they was trying to get you. They was trying to get you out. Like, literally trying to take you up out of here. And, but I just feel like you, divine feminine, that's resonating with this, that's like, no, I don't want that no more. It's a masculine that's still over there consuming the energy that's trying to take them out. They burning the midnight oil, and they about the fuse is about to blow, or it might not even blow. It just might go out to never be relit again. But they still in the cycles. They not trying to do nothing different. The messages ain't even coming no more. They spirit team still there, but they not still tapping them on their shoulder, because it's just like, you not listening. So I just feel like when you don't listen, things get harder and harder and harder and harder, and then you get to losing more. You lose more. You know, sometimes we be down and we get back on. Yeah, sometimes we be down and we get back on, but it's getting harder and harder to get back on. You know, and that's because getting back over there ain't where you're supposed to be. It ain't where you're supposed to be. Like, I just feel like for some of y'all, in relation to this masculine and yourself, feminine collective, You look at yourself 10 years ago versus now, mind, body, and spirit. There's upgrades, there's improvements, there's evolution. You look at this masculine 10 years ago, mind, body, and spirit. Because some of y'all ain't even in connection with them. So that you know of, that you see what they present to the world, how it is. It's cycles. It's like you doing the same shit. You doing the same shit. At least that's what it's being shown. And it's just like, no, I don't want that no more. I want a new order. And some of these masculines and some feminines, for those who resonate, you got exactly what you asked for, and it was good. You didn't want to reorder. You just didn't do right. Because this was the masculine reading. You just didn't do right and was listening to everybody else and fucked it all up. Now you seeing it for what it really was, and now you looking back. But what you're not understanding is, for those who resonated with this feminine in terms of the masculine or however it's resonating, what you're not understanding is that you prayed for, that you didn't do right by, it's not back there no more. It's not in your lane. It's not in your vibration. Y'all not even in the same zip code, area code, like vibration. It's gone. So ain't no point in looking back. Because it's not behind you no more than past you. It's just giving, this ain't no Cinderella. This shit ain't forever. What's that song? Hold on. Yeah. It's just giving, this ain't no Cinderella. Like, you thought they thought you was riding solo feminine until they passed you. And that's only in like in the 3D, like literally in the streets. But you're not behind them no more, so ain't no point in them looking back. But it's like they see you now, Divine Feminine, they see you now, Feminine Collective, but it's just like too late because the rug has been snatched. Peacock. What is this? Yeah, this feminine that did what they had to do, blood, sweat, and tears, been through it all to figure out who they were. Somebody was trying to dim they light. Somebody was definitely trying to take their shine, trying to stop it. I mean, because peacocks, it's a haughty energy. You know, like, yeah, I look good. I know I look good. Yes, I'm a preen. I'm going to do all that. This is the divine craving, splendor. Like, I know I'm busting. And I just feel like the peacocks that have the elaborate feathers are males. We gonna put that out there. So, but I just feel like they tried to dim your shine, your attention, things of that nature. Like, really tried to take your light, take who you were, have you lose yourself. This ain't no movie. This is basically, it wasn't forever. So I just feel like Divine Feminine, you didn't pull the rug when it comes to a masculine. It's like, nah, you working on you. Obstacles, protection, taking your time, doing what you gotta do, and receiving what you gotta receive. Even though there may be frustration and impatience in this, and this is glowing brighter and brighter. Devotion. Yeah, this energy that you fought to figure out who you were. Like, somebody took your love and devotion and just tried to murder you with it. You know, like, really tried to take your light, try to carve it up out of you. Weirdos. I'm gonna just call them weirdos just to be nice. You know, but it's just giving, are you serious? What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? When people think about themselves, though, people try to hold you down, try to take what they can take so they can still be on. Like I was saying in another video, what was it? I can't remember, but it was just giving, jail mentality, like, oh, if I took it, it's mine, but if I stole it, you know, but it's just like, you can't take what ain't for you. And they tried it and failed miserably. But I mean, with this wall here, like, you're not letting everybody in. With this wall here, it's just giving third eye on it too. Like, you protected in all types of realms. Like, what they did before, they not gonna be able to do that. Like, you expanded. You probably helping other people figure out who they are. You've expanded. Like, child, they better go on some fucking way. You didn't really got it out the mud, the blood. However, it's resonating with you. You know what everything you did. Everybody didn't do the same thing. And people are at different levels with this. Rockcock. Okay, crossroads. And then I feel like crossroads clarifying this is just like who to cut out, who to keep. Decision pending, choices, opportunities. What you're going to let in, what you're going to keep out. And we have endings here with this coffin, letting go, illness. Like, I just felt like you're going to take your time. But this is letting me know with these decisions being made here, what's going to come in, what's going to stay out. Will bring endings to whatever it is that's causing you to slow down and not pursue this. But you're pursuing it anyway. But I just feel like the endings is going to make you move faster. Like, you may be in the snail energy, but you're doing everything right, and ain't no more blockages, and ain't no more siphoning. Because when you talk about taking somebody's light and all this other stuff, their energy, it's because you ain't got permission to do that. That's siphoning. Some people do it with their love. Like I said, they do it with their love. They do it with their sex. Whatever it is. Peacock. Clarified by woman. Woman, woman, woman. Let me be your woman. Rotation. Yeah, so with this being the divine, and like I said, this is somebody's light. This is this. I feel like your partner's coming in. Maybe you've attracted a woman. Ace of Swords. This is also truth, clarity, and things being revealed with this woman, because it's giving me moon energy. You know, with this Ace of Swords, that's truth and proof. But I also feel like this is who you've attracted. This is a partner. Could be a male, could be a female. But definitely women, no matter your sexuality, it's a woman coming in. So this could be partnership too, but also this could balance out somebody's feminine energy in them. Like, the feminine in them is being balanced out in terms of clarity, in terms of truth and proof with this Ace of Swords here. New beginnings. Like, I feel like divine feminine, you've been getting your money. You're like, all right, cool. This ain't came in. I don't want that no more. Let me go on over here and get this money. Continue to heal, work on myself, listen to myself. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Anything else here? What's still coming by May 1st? What is feminine resonating with this? Ooh. Yeah, cycles. You ain't on them cycles no more. You like, no, we cool on that. But over here, May 1st, white dress. It's giving me initiation, new wardrobe. This could be marriage for some. I'm also hearing abundance coming in. Could be marriage to a partner. Somebody wearing a white wedding dress or a white dress, but it is their wedding dress. Appearances, society, gender. Like I said, it's a woman because I saw a woman in the dress. The dress was cute for as I saw. But like I said, somebody bringing in a partner or balancing out their feminine side. Alrighty. Thank y'all. I'm going to timestamp this too. But I recommend you listen to both. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.